The following content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the voices in this video and this disclaimer were generated using artificial intelligence and are not actual quotes of the persons depicted. This content is purely satirical and is in no way a political advertisement or contains any political bias. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, and congratulations to everybody watching right now. By clicking on this video, you don't get to just see expert Pokemon Crystal play, but you get to see it done by Donald Long John Trump, the greatest Pokemon trainer in the history of life. You truly are a lucky person.
Please tell me you still aren't calling yourself that. It was supposed to be a one-time thing when we played Pokemon Yellow. And then it was supposed to never be referenced again. Our female viewership didn't even improve by you doing that which was the intended goal.
First off, it's time for Entei to be handed some fraud allegations, seeing Carrara just one shot at Arcanine as the real, legendary fire dog. And second, you are very wrong, my skill issue inflicted friend. As you can see, our female viewership is about 50% higher than when I appealed to that audience.
Damn, from a whole 2 female viewers to 3 female viewers. What a jump from 1% to 1.5%. But my question is, what and who is the 0.1% user specified viewers?
Oh, that would be me. I identify as a dog on YouTube, since I got that dog in me, and I'm the true Pokemon master, unlike this false god that Trump portrays himself to be. Also, I have to have secured the dog vote by doing that as well, so you might as well just forfeit the election now, Orange Man.
Dogs can't vote in the election, you demented fossil. But by all means, please allocate your entire advertising budget to dogs. Promise chew toys for everyone that votes for you, or just go full Vermin Supreme and promise a pony to everyone who votes for you. I fully support you doing that, Joe.
Don't be hating on my boy Vermin. He's got a really strong platform of harnessing energy via zombies and hamster wheels while also making mandatory toothbrushing laws. It may eliminate the entire melee competitive scene since none of them practice proper hygiene, but he's got some really good ideas.
George, the guy wears a fucking boot on his head. His campaign promises are to go back in time to kill baby Hitler and baby COVID. He doesn't deserve to run for president. He should be put in a mental institution so society can be protected from his lunacy.
Whoa, I'm sorry, Donald. Are those not great campaign promises? Or do you think that those things wouldn't be good for America? The boot has unlocked the full potential of his brain, and I'm with George on this one. I'm voting for Vermin. Ponies, no dictators, and proper hygiene for all.
Well, shit, Donald. Looks like Vermin has the votes of former presidents, and I've got the votes of dogs and dead people. Looks like your real fight is with Robert Kennedy for 3rd place in this election. But don't worry, I'll still invite you over for video games after the election.
Joe, what did you just say? Your other voter base was after dogs. Please speak louder into the microphone so I can get that audio file into the hands of every Fox News employee in the past, present, and future as well.
Oh, I said donators. Obviously, everyone that donates to this channel is in my voter base. So yeah, let's just jump straight into those donations as you continue to use strength and drill peck on all the unsuspecting Team Rocket members. And our first donation comes from the Homeboy Presidential Gaming Drive. He issues you a challenge to prove your ability as a trainer, Obama. He wants you to use Radiant in the gym battle against Pryce, since he thinks Sneasel is dog water in Generation 2. He also thinks that Dark Maga deserves a reality check. He recognizes Dark Brandon as the true master of the dark, and that he would bury Dark Maga's ego more than Tobias did to Ash in Generation 4.
I'll be honest. Generation 4 was a Pokemon League where I genuinely felt bad for Ash. Bro finally defeats his toughest rival in the anime the round before, a battle which is easily a top 5 battle in the history of the anime. His reward? 2 legendaries in an impossible to win battle. This was the first series where it felt like it all came together for Ash, and everything he learned should have resulted in a league championship. Instead, they just said, hey, you're getting plot armor against you for no reason now, which was complete bullshit. I'm still mad they did that. But getting back to the other half of that donation, I will absolutely use Radiant in the gym battle unless, of course, it's weak to the type of the gym. Not just gonna run him out there against fire or steel types, and of course, thank you very much for your weekly donation, Presidential Gaming Drive.
Nice job getting the first password and also taking down your second legendary dog in one shot. Donald, you've been absolutely crushing Team Rocket to this point. Keep it up, man.
I'm not going to pretend I'm doing the Lord's work right here since we're clearly over-leveled to these opposing Pokemon. Again, a situation of the level scaling of this game being completely nonsense. We go from fighting level 30s to the high teens and low 20s. I guess the game expected us to go to the 7th gym's town before the 5th gym's town with no instruction to do so. I don't get it honestly, but Obama, you did just give me an idea for what our comment question should be this week. Below in the comments or in the live chat if you're one of the kings or queens watching the premiere, let us know what your favorite battle in the anime was. It doesn't have to be a full battle or one Ash was even in. Whichever battle you thought was the best for whatever reason, let us know.
I'd personally go with Ash against Gary in the Silver Conference because it put to bed the first rivalry in Ash's career as a trainer, and the way Ash defeated Gary's first Pokemon with a massive disadvantage was downright brilliant. Showed all of his growth since becoming a trainer. But going back to donations, our next one came from Lazy Panda 6569. Instead of bashing Brandon, he's bashing you this week. Obama, by saying if you even lose one member in the 7th gym, you should be disqualified from leading the team and not get a portion of the donations. What do you say to that?
That's it. I've had enough of the fucking slander. Use this. Use that. Enough of this. You know what? How about this? Tell you what, everyone? If I lose 2 Pokemon next episode, I'll call it quits and take Bill's spot in the cloning lab. He can replace me. Will that make all of you happy?
Hold up, Barack. Take a breath for a minute, man. No need to do anything drastic right now. Sure, the comments haven't been kind to you, but we all believe in your abilities, and you don't need to make a magnitude 10 guaranteed to us.
Nah. Fuck that noise, I'm all for this guarantee. You know what they say? Diamonds are made out of pressure. If Obama deserves to be here, he needs to play much better. Let's see if he can actually follow through on his promise.
This grunt literally just said yuck, 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 and is making more sense than you right now, Donald. Do we really want all that pressure on Obama when he's going up against the 7th gym? Number one, I'm not losing my buddy, and number two, do you really want to see all of our heavy hitters get vanquished right before we battle Claire and the Rockets and Goldenrod? This is not the stress we need to be putting on Barack right now.
I appreciate the support, little bro, but don't forget that you were my vice president and not the other way around. I'm a big boy and I can take care of myself. Let me walk this walk and just know I'm going to talk this talk. Donald might have been convicted of 34 felonies, but he's right that diamonds are made out of pressure. I'm not only going to win our 7th badge, but when I walk out of Pryce's gym, it's going to be with our entire team intact. End of story.
I thought we agreed to not bring up that bullshit court case. We all know it was a rigged trial, and I will just appeal it all the way to my boy Clarence Thomas until it gets thrown out. You Democrats may have thought this was going to help you, but this verdict only helps me and riles my base up more in the long run. I will take this office back, don't you worry.
Yeah, I don't know about all of that, but Donald, what are you doing? Don't you remember there are 2 passwords? You have to find the second one before you can unlock that security door. I know you've been going through a lot recently, but you got to check that baggage at the door.
God damn it, man. Haters left and right, there's nothing I can do right now. Just be happy I'm destroying everything in my path and making this hideout my bitch. I'll just throw it back to the donation so you all can get off my back for a minute. Our next donation came from user Mitchell44. He said we made the best heartfelt speech he's ever heard and that we are the best. And then he says Donald is the best character on the show, so at least somebody has some sense and is on my side. Thank you, Mitchell. We really appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying me walking through this hideout like it's nothing.
Oh yeah, man. An absolute performance to remember smacking around these Pokemon almost 10 levels lower than you. However do you handle this task? Be grateful your episode came during one of the parts of the game where they completely botched the levels and you could be in less danger. It really makes you think the guy in charge of game testing went on an extended vacation after the 6th badge because the levels are all over the place for no reason. These Pokemon should be in the mid-20s after battling a gym leader with a level 35. Once we return to Goldenrod to battle the same opponents, then the challenge actually becomes real again.
All I hear are excuses to mitigate my magnificent gameplay. You just wish your battling abilities were even close to the level of mine, Robinette.
I have no interest in resetting my skill tree, so that's going to be a hard pass, Donnie. Just know if you lose anybody in this episode, I'm going to make that around 90% of my talking points during our first debate.
All right, enough bickering, you two. Save it for the 27th. Donald, just keep mowing them down. All that matters is you hand over the team to me intact. Staying on the topic of donations, we did get a bunch of them in between this episode. And last, so let's move on to Brent Ri, who said something both of you can agree with. He said you had a great episode last time, Joe, and has been right to this point about Trump knocking it out of the park so far. Thanks for the donation, buddy.
The levels are actually about to jump because your last 2 battles in this episode are against an executive in the team battle with Lance. Don't forget you also have your static encounter as well. The last thing we need right now is any level of complacency. If you end up dropping a team member before we wrap this episode up, then maybe MMA Lover 150 will take back what he said about you being Alpha Donald and you not being a liability. He does think you'll shake your liability tag next episode, though, Barack.
Well, I either shake the tag or according to the terms of my guarantee, I get sent to the Gulag, aka the Clone Lab. But don't fret, gentlemen, I have no intentions of losing even a single Pokemon and melting that gym Pryce calls home. Oh, and would you look at what we have here? It's bitch-ass Tucker. Is he ready for his next beatdown?
Nah, we don't fight him here. Bush was right about the amount of battles we have left this episode. As you can see, he just got his shit rocked by Lance because he probably ran up to him thinking he was a member of Team Rocket and all of his Pokemon are in a Hyper Beam-induced coma. Next time we face him, we'll be at the underground rocket base in Goldenrod, I believe, so he has plenty of time to heal up for yet another beatdown at our merciless hands.
Even though that fucking cave dweller didn't battle us, he still felt the need to attempt to flex while physically striking us yet again. Why couldn't they program the ability to just smack his bitch ass back? Nobody deserves it more than Tucker.
Things Biden isn't actually wrong about for 1200 Alex. Could you just imagine after he shoves us right there that Polytussie just releases itself from its Pokeball, chases down Tucker, smacks him around a little, then drags him back here for his trainer to finish the job. This episode would immediately spike to 10 million views if that happened.
I would pay billions to watch any one of our Pokemon smack the shit out of Tucker. That would be so fucking cool. We have to wait a little longer to throw out our comment question next week because this one would have been so much better. Now, personally, I would have Taft used Body Slam on him, but that's just me.
I don't often say this, but Trump, that's a fantastic idea. Donald, go use Body Slam on Tucker right now. If you ever did that, it would have to be added to the list of one-hit knockout moves.
Oh, eat my ass, Barack. Trust me, if you throw next episode, I'll make sure your guarantee is made possible by building the greatest wall ever built between you and the White House, you fat shaming piece of shit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have to lean forward here because our opponent is about to send out Godzilla. While I could just try and knock it out with Iron Tail, I'm going to let Mystery get in on the fun and try to knock it out with Surf. How's that for walking through this episode, Sleepy Joe? Not so easy now, is it, buddy?
Oh shit, one potentially tough battle against a Pokemon 4 levels lower than you. What an episode, man. You're really gonna need some rest after this one. And would you look at that, it knows magnitude. Way to send Mystery to the glue factory, you moron.
Oh, Joseph, you poor broken calculator. Any Pokemon master could have seen that this pseudo-legendary who normally has a busted attack stat would have a garbage attack stat in this randomizer, and a super effective magnitude attack would have little effect on our darling Mystery. While Surf didn't do as much damage as I had hoped, I can use a Mega Drain to recover a little and still finish this fight with no issue. That's just an expert game plan. Might as well call me Carlo Ancelotti because all I do is win, baby. The fans are probably getting tired of the winning.
Today's sports reference has been brought to you by the 5 people watching this who actually knew that name. Thank goodness that attack stat was as low as it was, because Donnie almost had a top 5 worst misplay of the series so far by bringing in Mystery. You know that everybody watching right now had a heart attack the second they saw that first magnitude.
Them and me both. Holy shit, Donald, what was your logic in bringing in a fire type against a ground type? Yeah, the movesets are random, but we've already seen what assuming what moves a Pokemon has can do to this team.
There is a negative 5% chance that you of all people are worried about somebody else's play. George was talking about top 5 potential misplays when you have 4 or 5 of them alone. I guess you're just going to ignore compatible fainting in a battle it didn't need to be in, Thor fainting in a battle it should have been switched out in, not catching the Suicune right after you had a chance of redemption, and many fucking more. Would you like me to go on, Barack? Or do you wish to keep talking to me about misplays? Trust me, I'm just getting started. You ain't him, so let's not pretend you are him. Know your role and shut your mouth.
Geez, Donald, take a breath. It's not that serious, man.
Not that serious? Biden, this is without a doubt the most important thing going on in any of our lives right now. My re-election bid and court cases are a distant second and third behind completing this run. I dare you to say anything in your life more important than this run right now.
I mean, yeah, you're right. If I was told that we complete this run if I drop out of the presidential race at this very moment, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
That's how I know I can trust you in this run, Biden, because I would do the very same. It's up to us to carry this team. This might be the only time I ever say this, but when it comes to Pokemon, you are actually competent, Joe. Stay strong with me, brother. Together we will win this.
You do realize I'm here too and can hear everything you're saying right. I do not need to be carried in the slightest, and I'm a trusted member of this team as well.
Our starter, Slasher, and a Pokemon 1 level away from evolving have fainted at your hands, George, so right about now, I would just be happy you haven't been our worst player and keep your mouth shut. You did catch the Reaper, find our first legendary and get us 2 badges last episode, so if you keep your recent form up, then maybe we can talk about inviting you to the Trustworthy Trainers Club.
The Trustworthy Trainers Club. What in the hell is that?
It was a secret until Fat Ass over here opened his big orange mouth. But since it's out in the open, a few episodes ago, Donald and I created the Trustworthy Trainers Club. It's an elite group of trainers that can be relied on to get the job done without causing a cardiac event whenever they get on the sticks. As of right now, our members are Donald, Dark, Brandon, and myself, and we meet once a week for a steak dinner and smoke cigars to discuss the newest strategies in competitive play and events in the Pokemon world as well. We even have special embroidered suits and rip packs every now and then as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry I let that slip, Brother Joseph. I just was thinking about the upcoming presentation I have on Infinite Fusion random battles during our next meeting, and it just slipped out of my mouth. If anything, maybe it will give them some additional motivation to play better, because apparently completing this challenge isn't enough for them.
And if that doesn't motivate them, we can always go with Plan C of kidnapping their loved ones, and either releasing one at a time if they go an episode without somebody fainting, or sending one of them to the rip bin if they let a Pokemon faint.
So much for Plan C, asshole. They would know it's us now. Who's got the big mouth now, you dementia patient?
Oh, damn it, you're right. I had such high hopes for Plan C, you could have called me Imagine Dragons. But nice move switching to the Reaper here, Donald. Its special defense made our beautiful girl Mystery look like a scrub. But apparently that's only because its regular defense is trashed here.
Do you seriously think we're going to just ignore that you planned on kidnapping our loved ones over Pokemon? You have a better chance of surviving
Yeah,
a
Joe,
horned
I
drill
thought
that
it was a
connected
good
and getting
idea
out of
to
this one.
experiment, so we have a plan against a Pokemon we're probably going to see a few times down the road with forced evolutions at level 40. From what we've gathered, it has a terrible attack and defense stat, but a busted health and special defense stat. It's ground and fighting types against this monster all day.
Barack is absolutely right on this one. You're not just going to ignore us when we talk about how you plan
I've
to
got to
kidnap
hand
Laura.
it to you, Donald.
You've gone too far this
Knocking
time.
out 2 Tyrannitars is a solid accomplishment. Now you get to pick one of the 3 Pokemon for your encounter this episode. Which one do you plan on taking?
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to keep talking over both of us, George.
I'm not
sure
going
what
to
we can do
overthink
right here.
it, buddy.
It's fine.
I'm just going
I'm
to
sure there will
choose
be a
the first
Deus Ex
one and hope
Machina
for
any
the
second
best.
now.
Oh, sorry about that, boys. I just got to check my phone really fast. I bet it's just some more scam messages telling me I can drop 34 felony convictions if I wire some more money to. Oh, hell no, wait. Joe, your crackhead son, just got convicted on all 3 counts of felony gun possession. Guess you're not going to be able to use the felon card in the debates because I'll just bring up you being Father of the Year.
Like fucking clockwork. Told you, Barack.
It was a rigged trial. My beautiful baby boy has never done an illegal thing in his life. He's not the gun-owning crack addict that the corrupt media paints him to be.
Put down my fucking script and hold this huge L. Biden. Perfect timing with Father's Day in 3 days as well.
While I couldn't be happier, your best buddy Art came to a calamitous collapse focus up Donald. If you get a solid encounter right here, we might have a new party member. It's going to be in the lower 20s, but if it's good enough, we can level it up.
The epitome of average. I mean, it's not bad having 500 base stats and could even have a stab surf psychic build. But we already have a water psychic type on the team and we're set on special attackers. It won't be a bad catch to have in reserve, but watch the other two options both be legendaries.
My future sight has told me the other options are going to be a single evolution garbage Pokemon and something we can't evolve without trading. Lance knew the better Pokemon were going to be on the right side and kicked us over to the bitch-ass left side. The right side is always better both in politics and in the Rocket Hideout. I guarantee he's going to add another Dragonite to his team with his encounters.
Donald, you know the rules. No making political comments like that. You will either be punished by not being able to get a Big Mac at our McDonald's Friday lunch, or you will have to get no toppings on your wall of pizza today. I'll let you choose.
Are you fucking kidding me, Barack? I thought you had abandoned your CIA torture techniques. What do you expect me to get at McDonald's? A fucking Filet-O-Fish? And no toppings on a pizza? Might as well just dump a bag of shredded cheese and sauce down my throat.
You aren't getting a morsel of sympathy from me after Plan C. Don't even think for a second I forgot about that. You're lucky you're even allowed to come to McDonald's or get a slice of pizza at all.
Donald, don't get me wrong, I love playing this game with you guys, but can you catch this damn duck already? I have a speech to write disowning my now convicted criminal of a son so I can save face and win. Wait, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you run away? Donald, explain yourself.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Ever since Barack imposed the biggest crime on food since appointing his husband to ruin school lunches, I have just been seeing a mix of red and tears, thinking about the toppings and Big Mac I won't be able to eat. I did not intend to hit run, and it was a complete accident. I'm still going to go back into the encounter though, since it was obviously unintentional. I'm sure the viewers won't mind.
And I'm sure that fucking Furry from Ireland is sitting in the premiere right now typing out how fraudulent this catch is. He's probably also saying if we ever use this gold duck, that the run is absolutely illegitimate and we lost, just like he did in his Pokemon Sapphire run.
You're overthinking it, Barack. He's probably not even here. I bet he's just trying to infinitely fuse his Pokemon to look as close to a Lilligant as possible so he can smash it. But I do have to agree, it does seem kind of fraudulent to catch this Pokemon. It's not our first encounter technically, and I don't think we should ever use it.
Fine, you haters will never use it, but I'm still saying I was net positive by catching this thing. I'll name it Battery, because it was powering Team Rocket's contraption to force those useless fish to evolve in the Lake of Rage. I'm going to see what the other two Pokemon I didn't get to catch were. George, can you kick off the rest of our donations, please?
I can definitely do that, Donald. Next up we had, yeah, you're right, 8,661, who answered our comment question from last episode by saying he would add a feature where trainers you battle could become your rivals. You're definitely right, it could be a nice feature to see trainers you liked or disliked become rivals. Thanks for that input and the 5 bones, buddy.
Prediction number 1 of a useless single evolution Pokemon is correct, and also our next donation comes from Fistfire Aaron via Ko-Fi. He loves your confidence, trustworthy trainer, Brother Biden, and also asks how the randomization works. The base stat number always remains the same, and it's the distribution that gets randomized. If you or anyone else has any questions on the randomization rules, turn on episode 1 really fast, because Obama put us all to sleep reading the rules, and I don't remember half of them anyway, so I could use a refresher. Thanks again for donating via Ko-Fi, so we get all of your donation and YouTube doesn't get any of it.
Oh, give me a break, Donald. I read them in a very detailed and professional manner so that nobody could ever have a question on how this run works. Just like I'm going to read this donation from Antimatter013, who loves the content and hopes Parrot fixes itself. Thank you for your love, and I'm not quite sure what you mean about this parrot. I don't think we have any bird Pokemon that resemble a parrot, but thank you anyway for the $10.
I think he's referring to Thor reviving himself. Unfortunately, buddy, he's dead forever, but maybe we'll catch another. Our next donation came from Tyler J., who sent us $5 and triple loves the series. Hope this episode was worth the wait, my friend. And finally, I would obviously be the best Pokemon Stadium 2 battler, because with Donald's misplay with Gold Duck, I have finally separated myself to be the best Generation 2 player as of right now.
Just because I fumbled a Pokemon we weren't going to use anyway doesn't put you in the lead, my retirement homebound friend. But what I did do this episode was walk through this hideout with no issue and accurately predict the other 2 Pokemon I would encounter. It would have been cool to evolve the modern-day Slasher, but that's just not possible. Our final and largest donation from this episode came from Legenda 1 Rygamer, who got his $14 Canadian donation pinned and said his mod would be to add more Pokeballs to the game. Also, he wants us to name a Pokemon after the true god at some time throughout the series. If the opportunity presents itself, we definitely will, buddy.
Sorry that you had to see the future Paradox version of your prehistoric companion meet an end right here, Joe. Are you going to be all right?
In what way did that green bug look anything like Slasher? For starters, it wasn't brown like my pants, but it was green like any food that Donald or our editor refuses to eat. Also, it had wings. If Slasher could fly, it would have been a legendary, since it would have been virtually unstoppable.
Alrighty then, since it's clear that Biden has gone far too long without any of his dementia pills or a nap, I think it's just about time we wrap up this episode. Donald, fantastic job keeping everybody on the team alive through the hideout, and as I guaranteed earlier, my spot on the team is on the line next week.
There isn't going to be a single person that forgot your guarantee, Obama. I don't know if it's a journey of self-reflection, channeling Ultra Instinct Obama, or something else, but I want to see you here. I'll hold you to your word that if you let 2 Pokemon fate, you're out of here, but let's see what you got next week. We'll see you there, everyone.
We truly do apologize for the break between videos. Please rest assured it's only because our editor only wants to put out content he deems as quality and won't just put out a video to say he did a weekly upload. He values each and every one of you, and thanks you all for waiting for this upload. As always, don't forget to join the Discord in the description below, which should hit 500 members this week, and answer our comment question. We'll see you for the showdown with Pryce next week.
Wait a minute, who the fuck are you people? Get out of my house. Barack, it's your episode, so don't you remember that you need to do the intro? I live off a steady stream of dementia pills, and even I remember that.
Mans is probably shitting his pants because he knows this is his last episode if he doesn't learn how to play the game again. Don't forget that he made the guarantee that if he loses 2 more Pokemon this episode, he'll take Bill's spot in the cloning lab and Clinton would rejoin the team.
The last thing he or anybody on this team needs right now is unnecessary pressure that could lead to a misplay. We all know that he was just frustrated with some of the comments and he didn't actually mean that. None of us should even remotely believe it. Just do your thing, Obama, and get us our 7th badge. And look, you even get to see your precious drone as the first Pokemon this episode. That's how you know things are going to be great for you today.
Oh, I meant what I said. This episode is dedicated to all the haters out there in the comments. This episode is dedicated to anyone who ever said I was a fraud in the Discord. This episode is going to be my best one yet. And while I apologize to my sweet drone, this is just one stepping stone on the way to glory. We know already this is the fire-type gym, and the hardest part today will be getting to Pryce with this damn ice puzzle.
It's a shame that life in Saudi Arabia became too hard for Cristiano Ronaldo, that he had to become a skiing nurse who works part-time as a gym trainer for some extra cash. He should have just come to America to play in MLS with Messi and make the big bucks.
I'm actually upset he's not playing in Miami with Messi right now, because I would have used that for every one of my campaign ads in Florida. I could have marketed that I brought the 2 best players of this generation to the United States. Florida would have turned 70% blue in a heartbeat.
Don't mention Miami right now. Our editor is going to get. Oh, never mind, too late. He's been reminded that the Rangers choked against the Panthers again. He was just starting to get over it too.
We're getting really good at getting our sports reference of the episode out of the way pretty early. Sorry about that, editor, but going back to what you said earlier, you're right, Joe, I need to still do the intro for this episode. Hello everybody, welcome to episode 17 of President's Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. It's your boy Barack today, ready to dismiss the fraud allegations for good. Not only are we going to defeat Pryce today, but we're going to march right into the Goldenrod radio tower and get the basement key so George can get rid of Team Rocket once and for all. How are you boys doing today?
Doing mighty fine, my good buddy. I'm ready to sit back and watch this masterclass you've been cooking up. I just know you're going to walk through this fire gym, and then by the end of next episode, we'll show Donald and Joe who the best rocket exterminators are in Johto.
You two junior trainers showing us up? Don't make me laugh, George. We both know that you're minor leaguers compared to Joe and I. You don't need to make the flashy plays. You just need to not completely screw up everything we do. As for this gym, you should have it in the bag Obama. You can either run surf with mystery or bone meringue with polyrath. Don't overthink things and just take care of business.
While I won't get the chance to use our new shiny Pokemon since it would melt in no time at all in this gym, I'm very happy overall with getting the fire type. You're right that I have plenty of options here, Donald. As long as there's not nonsense around every corner, like my last episode, I should have no issue making my guarantee a reality.
That's what we like to hear, buddy. I can't lie, I was really worried when I saw how nervous you were when you walked in this room with those sweaty palms. But right now you look like a pillar of confidence. And I just know the allegations are going to go right in the void chest.
I see you're referencing one of the mods in our Minecraft server, Biden. It's so much better than just throwing everything in lava or a cactus like a barbarian. But for those of you who aren't aware, we host a Bedrock Minecraft server in the PokeForce 1 Discord. If you would like to join, the link to the Discord is in the description of this video, where it always is, and then you can scroll over to the Minecraft Bedrock section to get the join code. Everyone is welcome.
Unless you're a griefing piece of shit that is. We've had to roll back that damn server with backups a handful of times because people turn into Obama when he sees Yemen. It's a no griefing server with a zero tolerance policy, so don't be that person who ruins everyone's good time. But hang on a second there, Joe. Did you say Obama had sweaty palms? I swear I smelled some bad BO, but is that where it's coming from? Barack, did you clean your damn hands before you started using the Game Boy?
Hey, that's not me. I don't have sweaty palms. It's probably some week old ice cream that Biden left in his desk or something.
How dare you, Barack? I would never leave ice cream in my possession not eaten. That is an absolute assault on my character, and I refuse to take that lying down. Yeah, Donald, he's been so nervous about this episode, he's been sweating all day. And I don't remember seeing him wash his hands at all before using the Game Boy.
Oh, so you'll let him call you sleepy, geriatric, demented, and the list goes on? But now you're on his side? You're more of a traitor than Micah Bell.
Wait, Micah was a traitor? What the fuck, Barack? I was only in Chapter 4. Thanks for spoiling that game for me, you asshole. What are you going to say next? Arthur dies? John ends up becoming a decent father? Bill never becomes a smart and reliable member of the gang? Yeah, like those things will ever happen, I'm just getting upset. All of those things end up happening, don't they?
I mean, did you think he was really going to live seeing this game was a prequel, and he's not in the next game? Also, if you had any hope for Bill Williamson, you would have a better chance of Donald shedding 50 pounds before the election. Please don't tell me you were waiting to play that game until you finished playing Red Dead 2.
Magical bird of fire, I pray to you, please take down 2 of our team members in this battle. We need to get Bill back in this building yesterday. Get this motherfucker out of here. My entire weekend plans of playing this game from Friday night through Sunday night are ruined, I tell you.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? This Game Boy is covered in sweat. Jesus Christ, Barack. Do you know how hard these things are to find in good condition? It's 2024, not 2000. I swear if this thing shows any signs of slowing down, I'll go get old Betsy and Joe slash her arm.
Okay. First off, the original Red Dead game came out in 2010, and the sequel came out in 2018. It's been 14 years and 6 years respectively. The no spoilers period is over. As for you, Donald, I'm sorry that I'm a little nervous. Do you really think I want to go live in a lab somewhere in the desert with Rick Sanchez handling clones? You could just guarantee Michelle finding a way to get a clone of Paul? I don't want to fucking leave. I'll clean the Game Boy later.
Holy shit. I thought that was the end for Mewtwo. Seeing how bad its regular attack stat was on Hyper Beam, I thought his special attack would be busted. Okay, we're changing the subject before he actually does lose 2 Pokemon in this battle. Holy shit, please don't be a fucking crit. Oh my God, that was way too fucking close. New rule. Unless we catch one, no more prayers to day 1. We're moving on to donations, and there is to be no more discussion about amazing Rockstar games or sweat. George, please read the first donation.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll just move on to donations. Barack, for real, no more goddamn spoilers. I'm sure there's still a lot more great content in the middle of the game. Our first donation came from St. James, sent $866. It's a $5 donation welcoming us back and that he can't wait for the character development. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the development of Barack as a sweaty man and spoiler of God-tier games. Thank you again, James.
Oh my God, fine, I'll go wash my hands and reapply my deodorant. There's no pleasing you guys sometimes. Biden, just play for me until I get back.
Quality gameplay, and the next donation coming right up. It came from one of our regulars, Legendary Gamer. He expects Barack to have a huge episode, and he also answered our community question from last week. He thinks that Ash versus Gary and Pikachu versus Electivire was the best battle. Thank you again for another donation, buddy.
I was reading over the comments, and a lot of people mentioned Pikachu against Electivire. It was a great battle, to say the least, between the original rivals. And talk about an overpowered Pokemon in the anime. Whenever you see one of those two-tailed beasts, you know shit is about to go down. Anyway, our next donation came from the greatest ring promoter in wrestling history. Our boy Presidential Gaming Drive not only throws us some British people money, but also lays a smackdown on game producer Six's candy ass. His favorite battle was the lead-off to the Generation 5 anime. And yet, talk about a level down. Pikachu went from taking down a legendary dragon to losing to a Pokemon and trainer in its first battle. That's some real quality consistency. Thanks again, though, you amazing creator.
Let's keep this donation train going with Yeah You Right 8,661. It's a $5 donation and has an incredibly based take by choosing May versus Dawn for the Wallace Cup Championship. Arguably two of the top three, when it comes to best companions, Ash had the entire series duking it out in the final. That battle was simply incredible, as most coordinator battles were in the anime. It wasn't just about the strongest moves, but making them look absolutely badass. The gimmick with points and the clock also added a dynamic twist as well.
If they're two of your top three, that means you're leaving out Misty or Brock, which is a massive hell no in any actual fan's book. Who do you have in your rankings?
Well, I think we can all agree Brock was the best companion by a long shot when you combine his usefulness, help to Ash, and overall time in the anime. I have Misty down at number 6 in my rankings, to be honest.
You have the Queen where? Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing with your life, man? It's Brock first, Misty second, Serena third, May 4th, and Dawn in 5th. Anyone with half a brain. Sorry, I mean, even Joe knows that's the proper order.
What the hell did I do to catch that stray? But the actual real order is Bonnie in 1st, Max in 2nd, Dawn in 3rd, May in 4th, and Serena is in 5th. That's common knowledge, gentlemen.
Well, for starters, you definitely have half a brain, confirmed watching you slide around this puzzle like a penguin separated from its family. But hold on a second. Bonnie, Max, Dawn, Joe. Did you just rank them based on the youngest being the best?
Obviously. When it comes to kids, the younger the better. You never want them
that's
too
the end
old.
of this discussion. Folks, our comment question this week is regarding Ash's companions. We want your top 5 and your least favorite companion. And if you choose anyone other than Tracy for the worst, you're just wrong. End of story. That's something even we all agree on.
Was that Tracy slander I heard? I'm back and we're all for it.
Unfortunately, we're going to cut the conversation short because it took a turn only possible with Biden at the wheel. But with you back, this puzzle can be solved now. Are you ready to get our 7th badge, Barack? This is your put up or shut up time. Don't blow it.
I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I know what must be done. I've been a detriment to this team ever since the second time I played, but this streak ends today. I'm going to have a clean episode and send Pryce into retirement. It's time to channel the form I had at the end of Yellow, and I'm going to do it all by myself without my Ultra Super Saiyan powers. The comeback arc starts now.
Incoming banger. Turn up those fucking speakers.
I walk the path of struggle, my spirit worn and torn. Lost some battles in this game, felt the weight of scorn. But through the darkest nights, I've seen the morning light. I'm rising up again, ready for the fight. Gonna catch 'em all, gonna stand tall. Believing in myself, I won't let my team fall. Through the highs and lows, where the challenge grows. Redemption's in my hands and everyone knows. Bush, Biden, Trump by my side, we all take our turns. In the game of life and Pokemon, there's so much to learn. I let my friends get hurt, but I won't let them down. I'll train harder, grow stronger, take back that crown. Gonna catch 'em all, gonna stand tall. Believing in myself, I won't let my team fall. Through the highs and lows, where the challenge grows. Redemption's in my hands and everyone knows. In this crystal world where destinies unfold, I'm the champion of hope. Our stories
Barack is
being
fucking back.
told. With courage in my heart and wisdom as my guide, I'll reclaim the glory with my friends by my side.
There you fucking go, Obama. Welcome back, baby.
If I knew all it took was some amazing music while you played, I would have done that a long time ago. But way to take down this gym with no problem, my man. It's good to have you right again.
Are we really going to pretend that beating a gym where the ace was a stage 1 starter is a big accomplishment? I mean, anybody
Shut the
could
fuck
have...
up, Donald.
Where I come from, it's very rude and nasty to yell mean things at other people. Not nice at all.
Hey, way to go, Sherlock. You noticed we were in a gym with one of the easier types and the gym leader didn't get good Pokemon. Nobody fucking cares. It's all about getting Obama's mental in the right place. I can only imagine the amount of pressure he's been under with the viewers and the 3 of us in this room for losing our team members. While it didn't have to be a technical masterclass, it was still a major stepping stone for our boy and one that he needed.
While Donald isn't wrong about what he said, thank you, Joe. Yeah, this battle meant a lot to me, and I was really hoping to get out of this gym with a badge and no Pokemon for the Rip Box. I know the challenges ahead are going to be far greater, but it just feels like the monkey has been ripped off my back. For the first time in weeks, I actually have confidence again, and now nothing is going to stand in my way. I'm very aware that the Rockets and Goldenrod will probably be harder than that gym, and I am so ready for it.
Well, if that's the case, then I apologize for belittling that win. Getting you right is more important than anything. Joe and George, you two are right. It doesn't matter if it was 3 Pidgeys or 3 Legendaries. A win is a win, a badge is a badge, and we keep moving forward. We're 1 badge away from being able to challenge the Elite Four and reach the second half of the game. Good work so far today, Sweaty Man, and remember, job not done. You still got a radio tower full of rockets to deal with.
Except for the part about my perspiration, thank you, Donald. God, I really hope that doesn't become a thing people start calling me. But then again, it's better than being called a fraud. And trust me, I know there's a lot of battles awaiting me in here. And I know my guarantee still carries over to this tower as well. I said the entire episode, and not just the gym.
I don't think anyone here has any more doubts in you, Obama. Wrap this episode up strong and hand the sticks over to George next episode in a great spot. I saw you put Shendu at the lead since he's a little underleveled. The upside is he evolves and only 3 levels so good looks getting him as much experience as possible.
I should be able to evolve it next episode. Because there were only 4 dragon types in Crystal, that means it will either evolve into a Kingdra, Dragonite or Dragonair that evolves again at level 40. That would be so sick if we had a Dragonite at this time next week. Prayers up to Lord Drake, boys.
The fuck you mean, Lord Drake? We stand Kendrick in this channel? Might as well change that W in your name to an L?
I meant Drake from the Orange Islands, you dipshit. He's the one that had the Dragonite that literally almost pulled off a reverse sweep against Ash's team all on its own. Bro was literally the epitome of a kid playing this game. He just leveled up 1 Pokemon and the rest were trash. Team Rocket may have fucked over Ash at the Indigo Plateau, but if they didn't add to Dragonite's fatigue, he really might have squandered that 4-1 lead. Train your entire team, man.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. I swear though, if Shendu evolves into a Dragonite, would we really want to use anyone else? I bet we could just walk through the entire game with our omnipotent king.
Well, first off, multiscale wasn't a thing in Generation 2, so an Ice-type attack could still send him to the Shadow Realm in a heartbeat. But there's no way we could throw the rest of the team, which we and the viewers have become so attached with, to the side for a single Pokemon. That's how we do things on this channel. A full team ready to fight at any given time.
Did anyone else just see that? When I revealed the password for today, it's help. What an idiot. Barack, go back there and say it to her so we can get some points. Oh man, this episode just gets better and better.
Pretty sure that was just sarcasm, Joe. But while you were gone, we actually saw that the prizes she had were nothing to be excited about. Was really hoping she would have some broken items like a Master Ball. But hey, in the end, Goldenrod City was really good to us by Whitney being a pushover and the Game Corner giving us me too.
Holy shit, you're right, George. How could I forget? Guys, we're in Goldenrod, so let's go back to the Game Corner after we get rid of Team Rocket. It's a sign that we need to go back there since we were brought here by pure chance and absolutely nothing else pertaining to something we need to do to proceed in the game. It's gambling time, baby.
No, 1,000 times no, and an absolutely fucking not on top just for kicks. You had your gambling time this series already, and if memory is correct, you absolutely lost all of our money that day. We literally needed to beat Whitney just to be able to afford enough coins to buy me too. You're an absolute bum at flip card. I'm just gonna say it. You're a lucky machine merchant. That's the only reason you got drone in yellow.
What did you just call me, Towers? Come on, stand on your business and repeat that last part.
You heard me, Hussein. I said you're a lucky machine merchant. You have a massive skill issue at the game corner, and I know it would be better if I played at the roulette tables when we get to Ruby. There are some pretty valuable moves there, so I'll clean house and show you what a real gambler looks like.
Donald, pass the popcorn. This is getting good.
While I would love to see this cat fight go on, I'm going to have to put a stop to this now. If Barack gets tilted, we run the risk of a big mistake happening and losing a team member. We'll settle this in Generation 3. When we get to Mobile City, it will be George who plays at the game corner, and we'll see if he can truly back up his talk. Even though you know I'm the one who ran casinos and probably would be the best choice to play, but that's just thinking rationally.
Huff bankrupted casinos.
You little shit. No, wait. I said I'm gonna remain cool, and there's only one way to shut everyone up for a minute and change the topic.
Montage?
You know it's sweaty. Play the music.
Put on that banger from earlier. I mean, this is good too, but that other song was amazing.
Saving it for the credits. Can't put it back to back, my man. The real ones will stay until the end.
We're 2 straight trainers just named Dancer Jonathan.
Everything about this randomization seed is perfect, and I will accept 0 slander.
We're almost there, boys. Just a few more to go.
We'll save your director lady, only slightly too old for me.
God damn it, Joe. And we're on to the 5th floor. Let's wrap this up, boys.
Nothing like a good montage to clear the air. Well done, Obama. You've carved up every trainer you've seen like a Thanksgiving turkey. You've absolutely killed it today, but there's still one last obstacle to overcome. Bring it on home.
That's the plan, and thank you, George. If I remember right, I believe this is a full battle, so not expecting this to be easy. We should be dealing with a team just about the same level as ours, so I'm going to really need to dial in. This is going to be way harder than Pryce.
What are you guys talking about? The director's not in any danger. He's literally right there. Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. He's playing dress up as the director. Oh, well, that would have made life a lot easier for us.
Did you not just hear us literally 5 seconds ago talking about this battle? Did you forget all of that, or were you just thinking about ice cream?
If I'm being honest, everything after the Industrial Revolution is kind of a blur to me. Do you guys think I might have some medical condition that pertains to memory loss? That can't be, though.
Of course not, Joe. We would never think you have dementia. What a crazy theory. Whenever I think of Joe Biden, I think of the sharpest mentals out there, a brilliant leader who everyone turns to in times of turmoil.
Wow, Donald, do you really mean that?
Obviously not, you senile dinosaur. Take your goddamn pills. If EA Sports released a yearly shitty video game for dementia, they would call this year's game Biden 25, like they named the football games after John Madden.
And that will do it for this not shiny version of Radiant. 1 down and 5 to go.
I just realized the trainer's name is Dancer Joe. Can you imagine if Biden was a dancer?
What do you mean, George? I'm a fantastic dancer. There's a reason they call it the Cotton Eye Joe. Sing it along with me. Where did you come from?
I'm
Where
going
did
to
you
have
go?
to cut that short. Sorry, Biden, but I've seen videos get demonetized for a lot less. I mean, hell, we had to re-upload the episode 1 through 10 movie because of what Harry Truman called Japanese people with one single word edited out. Also, you'll probably break your hip if you tried to do the Cotton Eye Joe at your advanced age. But I will thank you guys for giving me the strategy for beating Tyranitar. I know it's a tank when it comes to HP and special defense, but against physical attacks, it's useless.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Watching your child grow up from being an absolute liability to using his brain and playing the game properly, I think I'm going to cry. I'm so proud of you, little Barack.
Don't you ever call me your fucking child ever again?
All the rebellious teenage years. I remember when my kids were that age and yelled at me like that. The things you truly miss when they're all grown up and living their own lives. I guess him going through puberty also explains all the sweating and body odor.
Joe, I need to use the drones. Give them to me right now. I need to direct 1 to Florida and 1 to Texas this instant.
Look at you trying to be a big boy and trying to fly a drone. I think you're a little young for that. But tell you what, we got a few more donations to go. So if you read them off, maybe I'll let you sit on my lap while I fly the drones around to teach you the ropes.
You were literally my vice president, you zesty freak. If it wasn't for me, you would be just wasting away in fucking Delaware. But fine, you're right. We do need to read off the rest of the donations. The next one came from Drip 6529. He said episode 16 was a W video like George. He believed that I would turn things around, and I hope I proved that I can today. He also says that Trump is the best and Joe is awesome too. Thanks for the love, my man.
We've got a trio of donations from Ko-fi up next. Thank you again to everyone who donates through there so we get your full donation and YouTube can't take a cut. Longtime viewer Ram 420M is up next, and thank you for recognizing my talent, sir. He also agrees with Joe on the Ash versus Gary battle and gave you one hell of a pep talk, Obama. It clearly worked. Thank you for your donation, Ram.
Might be my favorite donation yet because it's from someone who actually got our sports reference last episode. It's for $5 from Guzman El Bueno. He's glad we're back and his favorite battle was at the beginning of the first Pokemon movie. You're absolutely right on how chill and just awesome that fight was on the big screen. Congrats again on your boys winning yet another Champions League, and with the roster you got probably the next few as well.
And last but certainly not least, it's our leading donator from last episode, King Onyx. He throws us 30 bones and never apologized for missing a week, buddy. We're grateful for all you do for this channel. He picks the Ash versus Surge battle for his answer to the comment question and knows that you need to have a strong bond with your team to be a champion. It's not as black and white to have the strongest Pokemon. You need to understand them, know how to use them, and thrive with them. Thank you, Onyx, and all who donated this episode. Now, how about we wrap this episode up in style Barack, put a cap on this masterpiece.
That is absolutely the plan, Joe. This rocket definitely has some good Pokemon, but they can't handle what we've got cooking. Poliwrath should be able to one-shot this no problem, and then we're on to his final Pokemon.
That last donation might have hid the fact that you brought in Shendu for a little extra experience this fight. A little risky, but when you're rolling, you trust your gut. That's going to be some sick gains, and also will put him to level 29 for sure. I will admit, though, it's a shame that Tyranitar got the short end of the stick in this randomization. To see it go down in one hit by an equal level Pokemon just doesn't seem right. Holy shit, did that just say Fire Blast? Our dragon, which has a much better special attacking stat now, knows an Ice and Fire type attack. We need to do literally everything to keep this guy alive and allow it to thrive. Nobody screw this up.
Seeing we have killed off basically every Pokemon just seconds before evolving like Tree, Zeke and Snoop odds are at Fate's next episode. I'm begging you to buck the trend, George. If you let Shendu Fate next episode, I swear I'm going to break down the wall and allow all the immigrants to flood into Texas. You have one fucking job. Don't blow it.
You never even got the wall built, so that's an emptier threat than your bank account after lawyer fees Donald. But don't worry, Shendu isn't going to faint and will become a fixture of this team for episodes to come. If we can keep it alive, it will most definitely be on our final team, no questions asked, with this busted moveset.
I know she's confused and leaving her in probably isn't the smartest move, but I just want to see Fire Blast once from our point of view. It's such an awesome move, and who knows, maybe it will hit hard.
Oh, hell yeah. Even as a baby Shendu can smack that higher level around like it's nothing. Go for the kill, Barack.
I fully intend to joke. Shendu, burn it to a crisp. Fire Blast now. Or maybe not, and we just switch to make sure disaster doesn't strike at the end of this episode.
The old Barack would have made a misplay and just said fuck it right there. Thank you for not screwing that up. Maybe there is hope it gets to level 30 after all. Me too can finish the job off with a drill peck, no problem.
And Drill Peckett, I shall to put this battle to bed in a clean 6-0 sweep, and put this episode to bed with the fraud allegations long gone. I know it's been rough for me lately, but I want to take a minute to thank everyone who had my back knowing I would return to peak form. That is going to do it for today, but don't you dare think about missing next week when George takes over and finishes off Team Rocket once and for all. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Do not miss it indeed. Great job once again, Obama, and for the first time we've gone entirely through the rotation without losing a Pokemon. How's that for progress? Don't forget to answer the comment question, and we'll see you amazing people next week.
The PokeForce 1 Discord just hit over 500 members, and if you haven't joined yet, you really are missing out. The link to join is in the description below, and we can't wait for you to be there with us.
Play that banger again.
Happy Thursday, everybody out there on YouTube. Welcome to episode 18 of Presidents Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. Today we not only make it 5 consecutive episodes without a death on the team, but we also finally rid the world of Team Rocket once and for all. We've got one more episode in Goldenrod City. And as always, we've got the presidential gang along for the ride. How are you gentlemen doing today?
I'll be doing a hell of a lot better if you guys reconsider your position on letting me gamble this episode. Come on, guys. This is the last time this run will probably be in Goldenrod City, unless we want to rename a party member. I know I can make a killing at the flip card table, and make us richer than ever.
Listen, Obama, I'm glad you shed the liability tag last week, but when are you going to drop the gambling addict tag as well? First of all, we already told you no gambling this episode. Second of all, we have about 100,000 Poké-dollars right now. Our days of Poké poverty are over. Our winnings could afford us a penthouse in this city, and we have no need for gambling. There's nothing we would even want with the coins.
That reminds me. During the debate tonight, I have to talk about my plan for combating gambling addiction in former United States presidents. I'll even top it off with my new tagline of what would compatible do. Oh man, my teleprompter is too good. This election is practically in the bag. You shouldn't even bother showing up tonight, Donald.
While I'm sure the debate tonight will be absolutely priceless and provide a million memes for the general public. Can you guys not start it early? Not sure if you've noticed, but I'm currently in the middle of fighting Tucker. This fight is going to set the tone for the entire episode. It will have our toughest battle of the run yet at the end. I'm trying to start strong and finish stronger, and you guys are just distracting me.
George, you're battling Tucker. It's not a tough battle. Also, Biden, did I just hear you say you were going to use my darling compatible as a slogan? If I even hear you mutter that angel's name in your own propaganda, I'll throw my lectern right at your teleprompter, so you'll have no idea what to say all night.
Stop fighting for a second, guys, and look at the screen. We've got Radiant out there for the first time. Tucker must be pissed beyond belief we got a shiny Pokemon and he didn't. Let this be the first of many amazing battles with Radiant.
Did Radiant always have only 52 health points? It just seems so ungodly low for a level 30. In comparison, Poliwrath looks like a tank.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, Joe. This is the definition of a glass cannon Pokemon. The good thing is it has some speed and we got the best stab type move we possibly could get on it. As long as we're smart with the way we use Radiant, we should have no problems. And showing I'm a man of my word, I plan on playing to the advantages right here. I'll keep him in for another super effective double kick. 2 attacks should take it down no problem.
2. More like 20. It's a special attacker, not a physical attacker.
Any chance we can tally that up to it fainting from a critical hit, and not just because it was a super effective attack needing only to do 40 damage on a Pokemon with no defense?
Not going to lie, Bush, if it weren't for wasting Crunch and you talking all that good shit about playing it smart, I really wouldn't have cared about this. Radiant's only value was it being a shiny, and that's the only reason we justified putting it on the team over Cerberus or Taft. But since you acted like such a professor, I'm going to remind you that you just ended our streak of 4 straight episodes without a team member fainting. Nice job, idiot.
Looks like it had multiple attacks that could have ended Radiant's life. I bet double kick would have caused it to faint as well. Pretty bad read, George, but arguably since the team gets stronger from replacing it, I can't be upset. We got shafted on our shiny? It sucks, but that's just how it goes. Maybe we'll encounter another in this run. The odds are only 1 in 8,192 after all.
Oh, is that all? That's basically 50-50. 2 of our next 3 will probably be shiny. But I'm with you guys, and I am willing to give Bush the pass on this one. The only thing I wish we did differently was not waste Crunch on it. That move could have been really helpful later in the run, seeing it's the best dark type attack in the game. As long as you don't let anybody else faint in this episode, we consider it a win. Now let's shift our attention to our baby dragon. She's still only 1 level away from evolving, and losing her would be an actual tragedy. You have officially been pardoned, George. Pick up the play.
I really appreciate that, guys. I guess we're all a bit nicer since things have been going so well over the past couple of episodes. I'll bring in Shindu right now since Ice Punch is super effective. I can actually 2-shot it this time, and we should get some nice experience. We're so freaking close to the finish line that I can't even hold in my excitement anymore. What do you guys think we're going to get? I'm just going to go for the gold and say we have a Dragonite in a few minutes.
I couldn't sleep last Thursday night thinking about this. After many hours of internal debates and calculations on the good old bedroom whiteboard, I've decided that it's going to be a Dragonair first, and then a Dragonite at level 40. I don't think we even have a chance at a Kingdra, seeing you need to trade to get 1, so that narrows it down to 1 or the other. There's no chance the game gives us a Dragonite this early. We have to prove we earned one.
Is that why you called me twice in the middle of the night that day? I swore it was just a bad dream, but when I woke, holy shit, heart attack, massive coronary, get the defibrillator. I think this is the end for Long John Trump.
Yay, that means I win the election by default. 4 more years, bitches.
And just the thought of that, along with Shendu waking up and punching Tucker's bitch bird to the curb, has caused me to have a full recovery. Thank God that battle is finally over. Wait a minute, that was the first battle this episode? Oh boy, it's going to be a long day, isn't it?
I'm glad you're healthy again by your personal standards, Donald. I guess I don't need to finish filling out this get well soon card. But yes, to answer your earlier question, that is why I called you at 2:30 and 4 in the morning. I wanted to have one of my fellow trustworthy trainers review my hypothesis and point out any errors I might have made.
Did the get well soon card have any money in it? Perhaps enough money to cover millions in lawyer fees?
What? Of course not. It was just meant to
Yeah,
be a
that's
nice sentence.
fine. You don't need to fill it out. I don't care about it then. But hold up 1 second. Did you just call yourself a trustworthy trainer? Oh, buddy boy. Do you seriously think one good episode and beating a gym leader with a terrible team gets you into the Trustworthy Trainer Club? Obama that takes time to get into. You need to truly earn your membership into that elite club. Consider yourself lucky you're still on the team right now. And maybe if you string together a few good episodes in a row, we can revisit that discussion later.
Barack and the Trustworthy Trainers Club. That was a good laugh, and I needed that. But I do think he has a point with Shendu's evolution. There's no possible way the game awards us with a Dragonite at level 30. It's way too early even in a randomizer. I think we'll have one at level 40, but even a Dragonair for 10 levels isn't going to be a bad thing in the slightest.
I'm with Donald on this one. First off, you got me playing, so that means good luck when it comes to things like encounters and hopefully evolutions. Second, have we even seen a Dragonair at any time during this run? Believe it or not, I think all things considered, we are actually more likely to have a Dragonite in a few battles' time. Channel your inner Ted Lasso and point to the sign.
I will admit I did leave player luck and recent luck out of my equation because they were uncontrollable variables, and that is why I made so many phone calls that night. A strong theory indeed. This could potentially change everything, and I might even have to rewrite all of my formulas. I just want to get this right so that I can add to my resume of trustworthy notoriety.
Bro, I sincerely wish you never even heard about the club now, even more for the reason of secrecy. This shit is messing with your head, and it's all you can think about. I even had a few of my staffers tell me you were trying to call yourself trustworthy more than Dennis Reynolds talks highly about himself in Always Sunny. You gotta just stop thinking about it and play your damn game. If the time is ever right, you'll get the call. Can we please drop it?
Rare Biden W. Tell you what, Obama, if you can go 3 more episodes in a row without losing a team member, we will have an actual discussion about it. But in that time period, you can't mention the club or call me after midnight unless we're having a gaming session and we need to communicate in some way, or you want to make a White Castle run. Can we agree on that?
I suppose that's fair enough. 3 more episodes in a row. That should be easy. I fully agree to the terms of this verbal contract, and I look forward to speaking about this more in the future.
I'm sure you do, buddy. Does that same offer remain open for me? I believe that I'm also a great fit for the club, because if you
Please
combine
help
my
me
luck
8
with my
pounds, 6 ounce, newborn baby Jesus. Sure, fine, why not? Anybody with 3 episodes in a row of not being a complete fuck up can join the club. In fact, why don't we do a mailer? Why don't we set up a booth at a job fair? Let's open it to everyone. Why did you have to reveal it, Donald? You brought this on us and it's all your damn fault.
Again, I'm sorry, Joe, it was a mistake. A basically unheard of one from me, but a mistake nonetheless. Tell you what, I know you always enjoy doing donations, so why don't you take it away and lead it off with our first channel member?
Oh, Daddy, sorry. I mean, Donald, you always know how to treat me right. You know exactly what I want.
Zesty bitch.
And right now, I want to shout out Bradley for being our first ever channel member. He pledged us $20 a month, and we're glad we provide a great source of background content for you. This is something we really didn't promote, but going forward, we will promote all of our channel members every episode.
Biden's deep, dark desires aside, if you would like to become a channel member, you can do so on our Ko-fi page linked in the description. We don't have any specific membership tiers, so you can pledge any amount you wish if that is something you want to do. And just like you're seeing right now, we will highlight and shout out each member at the end of each episode. Thank you again for kicking this off, Bradley. You're the man.
It was because of Bradley that we didn't even have to worry for a second about facing a Poliwrath. Mystery made no mistake and took it down in 1 shot. That trainer definitely had 2 decent Pokemon, but our counters are second to none. But getting into the rest of the donations this episode, let's head on over to Legendary Gamer, who sends us 14 more Canadian dollars. Thank you for the recognition, Legendary, and he answered our comment question by listing Brock, Dawn, Misty, May, and Iris as his top 5, with Go finishing in last place. Thank you again for the funds.
Can't say I agree with Iris in the top 5. I have her in my bottom 5 because I think she was entitled and annoying. But the top 4 in last place I respect. Much better top 5 list than George or Biden gave last week. Our next donation came from Ram420M via Ko-fi. Thank you for donating through there so we don't get hit with fees. He gives you props for a nice episode, Barack, and then gets it completely wrong by saying I make a mistake from time to time. I am the epitome of perfection, Ram, and I won't be losing a single Pokemon in this run. You did, however, redeem yourself by saying Brock was the best and Iris was the worst, though. Thanks for the $5.
With the Sandslash coming up next, I think Shendu can get all the experience it needs to hit level 30. 1 or 2 ice punches at the most should be all it takes to knock it out.
I don't know if my little old Biden heart could take it fainting now, so please don't mess this up, George. In an attempt to distract myself, we turn our attention to presidential gaming drive and his 5 British people money donation. He verifies that Obama beats the fraud allegations, and that can't be denied, seeing the ice type, better known as the best type gym leader, was defeated, according to you, Vox. You're so right about that, man. Both Vox and the Irish boy both talk about the ice type being the absolute strongest and best type in the game nonstop. We just got lucky by Pryce being the fire type in this randomizer. Thanks again for the donation, my man.
George, we got level 30. Switch her out right fucking now before disaster strikes.
Oh please, what is a puny little psychic attack from a steel type going to do? No worries, we kill right here.
You better have a good fucking cardiologist on speed dial with your play today.
You need to learn how to trust me, Donald. Down goes Steelix, and now let's watch the evolution everybody on this channel has been waiting for since the day we caught Shendu.
No fucking way.
Clutch mode activated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I take back anything negative I may or may not have said this episode about you, George. You fucking did it. We actually have a Dragonite. There's nothing that can stop us now. Those special stats are absolutely busted. I know the defense and speed are at all-time lows, but with the boost to health, I think full health we can tank any ice-type attack we had previously feared. George motherfucking W is in the house.
I appreciate it, guys. I really thought my luck was fucked when I knocked out that Ursaring and had an egg hatch we'll never use, but ever since then my luck stat has been triple S. I'm going to see if we can abuse that special stat by teaching it another high damage move. We can't learn Surf Butt. Oh man, how about Hydro Pump? We now have Fire Blast, Hydro Pump, and Ice Punch for our special attacks, with Aero Blast as a physical attack for coverage. This is all-time cooking, boys. Take notes.
I'm going to get the Pokemon Ruby save file set up right now. I think it's safe to assume with this Dragonite combined with the rest of our team, we're going to beat this game. All the viewers consider this challenge done too, right? All right, we're in agreement. I'll find a good download for Ruby.
Now hold on a second, Joe. Don't get me wrong. With Dragonite, me too, Poliwrath, Mystery, and Arcanine, we've formed nothing short of the Fantastic 4+1. LeBron has called me 10 times in the last minute trying to join this super team to get another ring. But we haven't beaten this game yet. I mean, that lineup is absolutely beyond busted. And it doesn't have a legendary, and I think we should coast to victory if we don't play the game blindfolded, but we still have to beat the game. 9 badges, 4 Elite Four members, Lance and Red to go. Job not done.
I think you're overthinking this one, Barack. You said it yourself. The biggest super team chaser of all time can't stop reaching out to you. It's as good as over. Now, I know you wish that Shendu would have evolved on your turn and you want to be playing when the reason for our victory is assured. But just be happy it happened, and let's start selling the championship merchandise.
I found a good website to download Ruby Joe. And give me a break, Obama, this sealed the deal. What's going to happen? This little Venomoth is going to take us down? Yeah, like that could ever happen. You make me laugh, Barack. What's it gonna use, Tackle or some other? Job not done. Job not done, I repeat. Job not done. Burn every Venomoth in a 5-region radius. This is not a drill. Job not done. Heart completely stopped. I think I'm actually going to unalive this episode. Why can't we go 2 minutes without near disaster today? George, why must you do this to me? Why didn't you just use Fire Blast? Please, just no more close calls. I'm begging you, man.
Is there any chance I can blame Biden for this, since the name of the trainer we're facing is Dancer Joe? He saw Dragonite and said, I'm going to do the Cotton Eye Joe all over our own team. Am I the only one who saw that? That definitely happened.
Don't you fucking dare try to pin this on me, George. You're the one who got cocky and said, oh, I'll just use a non-super effective attack, nearly get us taken out with Mirror Coat, and then rolled the dice hoping it wouldn't have Ice Beam or something else that could take out the last 30 or so health. You literally almost lost Dragonite during its first battle. I should have you deported from this country immediately. Secret Service, get over here right now. There's a traitor in the Oval Office.
Hold on, boys, false alarm. There's no traitor in the Oval Office. But this is what I was trying to tell you guys. Now hear me out. Because sometimes it's nice to hear someone being criticized when it isn't me. But this just proves that this run isn't won yet. We still got a really long way to go and absolutely anything can happen. So let's just dial in. Never forget that last battle, because it's a sign we're not invincible and always play to the best of our abilities. We will win this run because of our play, not just because of the Pokemon we have.
Every time I forget why you won 2 terms, it's because you know how to rally the troops with a speech. This truly is a strange timeline we live in, where you went from the liability to the sense of reason in an episode and a half. But you're right, Barack, we may have jumped the gun right there. It's a good thing we realized it before it's too late.
Obama is just a reminder to always max out your charisma stat whenever you can while ignoring all of your other stats. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be more careful going forward. No more heart attacks today, I promise.
It's not just my charisma, guys. I had some damn good policies as well. Anybody remember Obamacare? That was all the talk back in the day.
You already served your 2 terms, bud. It's fine to admit it was all the charisma and minor league opponents. I think Hillary is the only person who could have lost to McCain or Mitt.
What the fuck, Joe? You were literally my vice president. Why aren't you talking about me getting the stimulus passed, Wall Street reform, or taking down Osama bin Laden? I did so much for this country. Come on, tell them.
What are you talking about, Barack? Onion Fairy never fainted in sus producer Sex's run. In fact, I think it delivered the final blow with a frenzy plant. Why would you have wanted him to faint? That's just wrong, bro. Take a lap.
That's a low blow, Barry. Osama and Dog were my 2 favorite team members in that run, and you just said you wanted Green Jesus dead. For shame, man.
Excuse me, that's not what I said. What I said was that I was the president.
We're all very happy that you proved you can play this game without being a complete liability, but comments like that are just disgusting about another creator. I think you need to apologize for wishing death to Osama and sit the next couple plays out. Now, go do a lap around the White House, and when you come back, we and the viewers all expect a much better version of you. Is that understood?
This has got to be a joke, right? All 3 of you are in on this? There's no way that you actually think I'm talking about the video game version.
Now go outside, take a lap, and come back a better person. Go right now.
This is insane. You guys are ridiculous. Fine, whatever. I'll be back in a few minutes. Fucking morons.
I gotta hand it to you, Bush. That was some great parenting right there. I know he's in his rebellious stage right now, but you have to lay down the law sometimes. He'll love us for it when he's grown up. But to make comments like that is just disgraceful. At least we can change the subject, since we just made Shendu even more overpowered by teaching him a stab move in Dragon Breath. At least there's that.
You don't think we were too hard on him, right? I hope he doesn't start putting out passive-aggressive tweets and Facebook messages about how terrible we are. I don't think I've ever been criticized in the public eye before. I don't know how I would even handle that.
Tough love is important sometimes, Joe. If you're just nice all the time to your kids, they turn into gun-toting crack addict criminals. You would know something about that, unlike myself. I fathered the most beautiful woman in the world and the 48th president starting in 2028. The 2 best kids a father could ever ask for. Oh, and don't forget Barron. He might be the 50th president. He's as tall as he is great.
What about Eric and Tiffany? You straight up ignored 40% of your children.
I don't think too hard about them. You see, George, it's very important to have a large amount of kids so that you have a bunch of chances to raise a few of them properly. You can't hit a home run every time you step to the plate. Sometimes you make mistakes and have to resign that child to organ donor. But hitting 600 is still really damn good. Do you remember the time Ted Williams, Ty Cobb, or Pete Rose hit 600? Neither do I. I think I should actually be named the new Major League Baseball hitting champion with this recent discovery and get a plaque in the Hall of Fame.
Did you think anything you just said through? Better yet, post-statement, is there anything you wish to revise? That was the most incoherent rambling I've ever heard, and I shared a cave with a bunch of Kabatops, so that's saying something.
Oh shit, Aurora Beam. It's test time for Shendu. Never mind. She's the greatest Pokemon I've ever seen, and I think we should start making merchandise now. But to answer your earlier question, Joe, if there's something I've learned from politics, it's just keep saying everything that comes to your mind. You may think it sounds crazy, but then one of your supporters agrees, posts it on social media, and suddenly it's a rally cry.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can think of plenty of times I was basically sleepwalking when oh shit, Ice Beam, this can't be the end for Shendu. Donald, I need the number for your cardiologist. Every 12 seconds, there's a damn close call. I mean, if it weren't for our sky-high special defense, it would be over right now for Shendu. Over, I tell you. Why does everyone have to know a fucking ice type attack? Damn you, Ice, for being the best type in Pokemon.
Hear me out, men. After we take care of this radio tower, we perform a heist on the Goldenrod department store. We take every single carbos they have in there and make that Shindu's breakfast, lunch, and dinner until that effort value hits 252. I feel like we're going to get a lot of those scares since we don't outspeed anything, but this episode has just been insanity. Please tell me we only have like one battle to go.
I've run the Pacific Standard heist in GTA 5 about 1,000 times, so I'll take the lead on this heist. I'm totally in agreement to do this, though, because 21 speed at level 31 is just not going to cut it. Joe can move faster than that, for Pete's sake.
Don't talk down on my speed. I got that jolly nature. If you don't use Dragon Dance or Agility, just know I'm going to one-shot you.
Is that all? I have both the adamant and hasty nature, so I'll smack you sideways before you even have a chance to blink.
No fair. You can't have two natures, you fucking hacker. This is a rigged battle and I won't stand for it.
If this is the discussion we're going to hear tonight, then this debate is going to be an instant classic. But I like that for our comment question of the week. Everyone let us know if each of us could have their own nature in Pokemon, what would it be? Are we fast but have weak defense? Are we physical tanks that can't handle the elements? Or are we just neutral? I'm interested to see how all of you view us.
Well, I would definitely be the timid type, seeing I'm lightning quick. I might not be a brawler, but my mind allows me to break my opponents down from a psychological standpoint.
Oh, would you look what the cat dragged in? Did you have a nice walk and realize the error in your ways? We won't have any more slander of Osama, young man, and I hope you understand that now.
While I don't know why you all keep referencing me as a child over the last 2 episodes, my walk reminded me that I am actually the adult of the group when it comes to maturity. I'm not going to fall for your nonsense and just brush that off going forward. Now, I saw you're on the top floor, Bush, and only have 2 battles left. How is the team looking?
Better than being called sweaty though, right? Nobody has fainted since you left, but I can't lie about us feeling the effect of Dragonite being slower than molasses. Being paralyzed doesn't even feel like a detriment because we always attack second anyway. But we have been running through these rockets with Shindu nonetheless and still couldn't be happier to have her.
That's good to hear. Oh, hey, did you guys finish donations while I was gone? We don't have much time left to wrap those up.
Oh, thanks for reminding us, Barack. We didn't. Let's get right back into those, and our next donation came from Gaming Police 589. Police throws us some Canadian people money, says we had a W episode and wants Obama to say it's bombing time. In regards to every list we saw in the comments, our editor thought yours was the most base, so thank you for the donation and the quality opinion, my friend.
That was literally my top 5 and that bottom 2. Oh, this might not be good.
This is just a bad dream, right? This is just a nightmare brought on from the ice cream coma I ate myself into after a massive debate win, right? That didn't actually just happen. We didn't just lose our Dragonite in the first episode after getting it. Okay, funny joke, wake up now, Joe. Where are the cameras?
Joe, that actually just happened. I think I'm actually speechless. For the first time in my life, I'm struggling to form a sentence. We had a Dragonite, an unstoppable killing machine, and in about 20 minutes we lost it. George, I think I hate you. No, I know I hate you. You are my new least favorite person. This is compatible levels of bad, and it might even be worse because I'm here for it. No, I'm sorry, nothing could be that bad, but George, I think you need to go head first out that window like 10 seconds ago.
What was I supposed to do there? How could I have predicted the Rhydon new blizzard? This was completely out of my control and there's nothing I could have done about it. This was just the bad luck of the randomizer.
I don't know. Maybe you could have switched out the Pokemon at about 60% health and paralyzed against a fully evolved Pokemon at a higher level. Just an idea. And don't talk to us about bad luck, George. You're supposed to be the lucky one of the group. If you're not going to get lucky, then why are you even here? I think you're the one who should be replaced with Bill. You let our Shiny and our Dragonite faint in a span of about 20 minutes. You make my drone strikes look like a water balloon fight.
Coming from the guy that was about to be replaced last week himself, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Fuck you, Barack. You don't have the right to talk to me like that. And neither do any of you. All episode we watched Shindu get hit by ice-type attacks, and this one was just the straw that broke the camel's back. At the end of the day, it had no speed and would have been under threat for the entire run. It was a flawed Pokemon doomed to fail. That's right, Shindu wasn't the god we thought she was. And if you can't realize that, then you have no idea how to play Pokemon.
Yeah, we don't know how to play Pokemon? You said it, George. Can you imagine if you let 2 more team members faint in this episode alone than Donald and I combined the entire series? That would be a wild scenario. Oh wait, that did happen. You're a fucking fraud, and when you're in my Oval Office, you show me some damn respect towers.
Yeah, like I'm going to respect a walking corpse riddled with dementia. Just let me take care of this final battle, and then we can go our separate ways for the week.
Nah, you can leave now. If you're going to speak to me like that in my home, you're not welcome here. put down the Game Boy and see yourself out.
You can't be serious. You're going to be that soft? I'm literally in the process of taking down a Mewtwo. I can't deal with this bullshit right now, Joe.
George, I don't believe I stuttered. Either you're going to apologize to me and to Obama for the way you spoke to him after your misplay, or you're leaving. End of story.
Or what? What are you going to do? Call Dark Brandon? Oh, wait, you can't, because he's gone forever.
George, that was way over the line. You gotta go.
Yeah, that was really messed up, George. At first I thought Joe was overreacting, but I'm with him in Trump now. You gotta take your leave. We'll talk about this at a later time, but you just took this way too far.
Whatever. I don't have time for this.
You all right, Joe? You want to finish off this battle?
No, I'm good. I think I'm going to leave too. I'll see you guys next week. I don't care who finishes this battle or if we even survive it. See you at the debate tonight, Trump.
Joe, if you want to reschedule the debate, I'm totally fine with that given the circumstances. We don't have to do this tonight.
I don't think he heard you, bro. It's just us now. You go ahead and wrap this battle up, seeing I just played last episode.
Me too. And the actual Mewtwo in the same battle, and he didn't even stay for that. Oh man, Barack, I'm really worried about Joey. He would never want to be away from something like that.
Yeah, but Dark Brandon means more to him than any Pokemon in the world. I know this is all over the tensions from losing Dragonite, but this went downhill faster than ever before. Can you even remember a time Biden and Bush fought? I don't think they ever have.
Now that you say it, I think you're right. Also, I'm sorry, but my head is really not in this battle. Part of me just wants to pause the emulation because I really am just worried about Joey. Can we please just finish donations so I can try and focus a little?
We absolutely have to finish this battle for the viewers, but yeah, we can finish donations for sure. The next one came from somebody 200. It's a $5 donation and has a compliment for me, along with hope you have a bad episode for once, Donald. Thanks for the kind words and donation, buddy.
Kind words, my ass. But moving on, we've got MMA Lover 150 next on the docket. It's a $2 donation where he gives you props for a good episode and doesn't see any reason why you can't string a good set of episodes together. You definitely got a lot of scrutiny, but you've earned all these kind words for sure, Barack. Thanks again for the donation.
It really is nice to hear compliments for once. And speaking of compliments, last but not least, our highest donator of the episode was Lazy Panda 6569. He keeps his word of donating us $25 for kicking Pryce to the curb without dropping a Pokemon. Thank you again for the donation, my friend, and enjoy your pin this episode. And would you look at that, Donald? This episode comes full circle as we wrap it up with Osama the Onion Fairy. Talk about one hell of a team we just went up against with a Mewtwo, Starmie, and now Onion Fairy as well. Definitely our hardest battle in the run yet.
Looks like it will hit hard with Thunder as well, but hopefully Cerberus can finish it off on its turn with. Oh god damn it, give me a fucking break. A neutral effective attack one-shots a fully evolved Pokemon with a critical hit. Fuck man. I'm sorry, Barack. That ends my perfect fucking streak. I guess Biden's the only one undefeated now.
You know what? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Donald. I didn't see Cerberus faint right there. At the end of this episode, we just deposited her since she didn't play this entire episode anyway. You're good, fam. I got you after all we've gone through today. I think you should just heal up me too, and then drill peck Osama harder than SEAL Team 6 did.
You're a great friend, Barack. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate it. I think I'll actually just try and knock it out with Carrara so it can get some good experience. Actually, you know what? Just kidding. That growl attack is going to draw things out, so let me just heal up Starmie. And hopefully I don't switch into that deadly thunder attack, because that would be a real catastrophe.
No problem, buddy. I got you. I don't think there's any way we could tell Joe we lost me too after the events of this episode. So no matter what you do, please keep it alive. This needs to be your clutchest moment of the series right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. It's a good thing that Bush stocked up on all those lemonades when we got to the department store earlier. They're really coming in handy right now. Might as well use them in battle while we can, since we decided to not use any items in battle for our next run.
Looks like he dodged the bullet on the switch in on Thunder. But are we faster? Oh, thank God, yes we are. This should finish up the battle. It absolutely does. Way to close out this episode and relief Donald. That was not an easy battle, and overall it was controlled pretty well. We have officially put Team Rocket into retirement, and we can continue on the road to our 8th badge.
That was way too close. It's wild how our mentality can go from it's over to we have some serious work to do, seeing there are going to be much tougher battles than that. I appreciate the support, though, Barack, and I couldn't have done it without you. But with the radio tower liberated, that is going to wrap things up for episode 18, everybody. I'm not sure what happens between now and episode 19 when it comes to Biden and Bush, but hopefully it's resolved peacefully. The last thing we need is stress when the game starts to really kick into gear. Thank you for coming by today, everyone. And if you haven't already, of course, please do join the brand new revamped AI Force 1 Discord. Our editor put out a video a few days ago advertising the change from PokeForce 1, as we include more amazing creators that make more than just Pokemon content. We're already over 600 members and we're growing more by the minute. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to answer our comment question. And for the first time, thank you to our channel member, Bradley. Maybe you'll have some friends on this list for me to announce next week. Have a great week, everyone. Blackthorn City awaits.